Nebraska heads out to Indiana for a big game this week. And before I get to that, this report is brought to you by Prize Picks. There is no better way to get into the action. Win up to 10 times your money by simply picking more or less on your favorite stat categories from your favorite sports. It could be college football, pro football, basketball, baseball, you name it. Prize Picks has you covered. And we've got a great deal for HuskerOnline viewers and listeners here. We're going to give you $50 with your first $5 deposit. Simply use the promo code HuskerOnline. All right, we heard from offensive coordinator Marcus Satterfield, defensive coordinator Tony White, and players here on Tuesday. And for Tony White, obviously this Hoosier offense presents quite a challenge.
Just because they operate so efficiently. You know what I mean? They know exactly what they're doing, what they want to do. I mean, you got elements of the running backs. Remind me of Monangai at Rutgers. They run hard. They're physical. They're downhill. The tight end, the way they use their tight end, 44. I mean, he came over. Really unique. I mean, you'll see him out there at the number one in quads. You know, he'll be in the box. He motions. I mean, they get him the ball. So they're elements of some teams all around, but just their efficiency on offense, how well the quarterback's playing. I mean, they got one of the best wide receivers there are. I mean, in the conference with 13. So, again, they're a really, really good football team.
Yeah, no, Indiana is a tough team. You know, they have a great offense. You know, those guys up front really work well together. You know, as they've added a few key pieces in from the transfer portal this past year. You know, they're stout up front in the run game. They're great pass protectors in the pass game. They got two great running backs, and, you know, the receiving core is great. Quarterback, you know, is also great. So it's really fun, and I'm excited to, you know, watch film on them and see how, you know, we're able to challenge them and challenge ourselves for this week.
They're a sneaky good run team. So, like, I mean, everything is explosive with them. They have playmakers everywhere. Receiving core is pretty good. The running backs are really good at pass pro. Quarterback knows how to read defenses really well. So, I mean, they can do anything. I give them mad respect because, I mean, there's nothing they can do. So we just got to go in there and do what we do best, and we'll see where we go from there.
Yeah, I mean, I think their quarterback's just super savvy, and he's an older guy, he's a veteran guy, so he kind of picks up on looks of defenses. So I think just our disguises this week will help us a lot with that. And they got two good backs that run the ball hard. Their O-line's pretty good. They block well. So, yeah, we'll be ready for them.
And their quarterback, Curtis Rourke, a transfer from Ohio, is a guy that has everyone's attention on the black shirts.
I mean, he's doing what he's got to do, you know, to get out of the pocket. I remember facing him when he was a young buck at Ohio, running the option and all that kind of stuff, and now he's just a completely different player. You know, you could see he knows where he wants to go with the football, and he is right the high majority of the time. So, I mean, you can't beat a quarterback who knows what you're in and knows where to go with the ball, and he's accurate as all heck. And that's why they're one of the top offenses in the country.
Yeah, I mean, he's just an older guy. He understands football. He understands the game, understands defenses, and I think we have a lot of guys that kind of understand offenses and how defenses should be run. So we've been working on our disguises a lot this week and just what we want to show in certain coverages that'll mess with his head a little bit more because I think Northwestern kind of would show like a too high show and they'd play too high. So, I mean, they didn't really disguise very well in that game. So I think our disguises this week will be huge for us.
Another storyline with the defense this week. We saw Tony White and his crew hand out a couple new black shirts to cornerback Sierra Wright and punter Brian Buschini.
Yeah, I didn't see Brian's. I mean, I when I walked to practice, I just saw him there kicking with it, and you could tell he had a little pep in his step and stuff, which is really neat. You know, first thing was like, wow, that's pretty cool. And then Sierra actually, the jersey was swapped, so it was on the sideline. So he kind of didn't even want to put it on at first, you know, just because he understood and stuff. And I was like, hey, man, you put that damn jersey, black jersey on, you understand what it means. So he had a big smile on his face, and he's continuing to do well.
Yeah, I'm super proud of those guys. You know, obviously they've showed out there on the field what, you know, they're ready to be a black shirt. I know they're truly honored to, be a part of that tradition and the history behind it. So, yeah, no, I'm really happy for those guys.
As for the offense, we talked to Marcus Satterfield about what he expects to see from the Hoosiers, who have over half of their starters on defense from James Madison.
Very similar. It's a very technical scheme. I mean, they do a lot of stuff, so a lot of coverages at you. They can get you in passing situations. They can make it, really hard to move the football just with all the different fronts and coverages and pressures that they do.
Yeah, they're top 10 defense in the Big Ten. A lot of great players. They play a lot of different schemes, and they're hard to kind of identify what they're doing, but it'll be a good test for us. Going to environment, big noon, the whole nine. I think our team is ready and built for this, and we're ready to get back to playing football.
Another big storyline this week will be quarterback Dylan Raiola and how he bounces back after a tough game against Rutgers.
Great. I mean, he didn't skip a beat, celebrating in the locker room after the game. Some guys you'd think would be down and kind of wasn't that at all, just being a great leader. And he came back ready to work in his open week, had a great open week, a great preparation last week, which bled into this week.
Yeah, I mean, we won the game, celebrated that. It's hard to win. Good team that we played. I think just, you play to a certain standard, and if you don't meet that standard, it kind of bugs you. But, just to get back out there, kind of get that feeling out, see the things that you want to work on, and it's really all attack. And, it's exciting to know that although for me, it felt like, dang, felt like a last game of the season type deal, just in the moment, just how it felt and how everything spiraled down. But to know we have 6 weeks left, we can improve and keep going. So I'm excited.
And for a lot of players on both offense and defense, the bye week came at a great time.
It was a lot of fun. Got to recharge and hang out with some family, and glad to be back.
It was good. I feel young again. I got my legs back under me. A lot of recovery stuff. Coach Rule, we thought that us older guys were going to get, taken care of a little bit, and we did in the beginning. But Wednesday and Thursday we went, full pads, basically getting ready for this week, making sure we keep that callus. A lot of extra film as well, so we'll be ready this week and have a slight advantage with that.
Yeah, it was a great weekend. Watching a lot of football, a lot of different games, and learning a lot of different things from watching it, and also just recovering my body. Getting in the training room and doing some recovery stuff, just mentally preparing. The bye week's a chance to get a head start on the next opponent. So that's what I did.
Yeah, I grinded early during the week, and then took a couple days to enjoy. I got to go hang out with my mom for a little bit, and yeah, it was good. You got to spend a lot of time with her and kind of recharge. When you come back from a little break, you kind of get a new boost of energy and get ready to go again.
It was very useful, just taking that time to stay off my feet, watch some football, just reset, refocus, and, get freshened up for the last 6 games of the year. So it was very useful.
And finally, the Huskers go out to Bloomington as an underdog, and I think it's a role everyone in the program has embraced, knowing their backs are against the wall a little this week.
It's always a goal, right, to go in and beat a ranked opponent. There's going to come a time again where we're those guys where we're going to be ranked and people are going to be coming for us. That's kind of the mentality that we've been having this season is, it's time to stop being the hunter. Let's be the hunted. And, with the T-Knight's has given us a quote, do you think Kobe, even though he was the hunted, do you think he was actually hunted? No, he was a hunter hunting the hunter himself, right? So I think it's just kind of, that kind of mentality, mind switch, whatever you want to call it, going into these types of games.
I wouldn't really say it's an underdog mentality. I would just say it's just playing Nebraska football. It's nothing different than what we do on, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Just going out there and playing Nebraska football, we'll be just fine. I don't really see it as being an underdog because I see the work that we put in during the week, and I see how, our team has grown. So I'm really confident in everybody, and we just got to go out there and execute.
We don't have to do anything special, just play our game. I think if we do that, if we have an understanding of what they're trying to do to us, and just bring the right mindset, I think that'll playing the part of us playing well. It's just the mindset of what we bring. Obviously, it's not a night game, but it's a big game, so I think our guys will have the right mindset for it.
Yeah, I don't think we could be more excited. We love being an underdog, and that's how a lot of people persuade Nebraska as an underdog, and that's fine. We like it that way, and going into their stadium and their place, and it'll be a fun environment, and look forward to put up our best fight and go win the game.
The trip to Bloomington will be just Nebraska's second in 14 years that they've been in the Big Ten Conference. With the Huskers in Lincoln, I'm Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline.com.